Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the decision-making efforts of the Committee on Commerce and Consumer Protection and the Committee on Ways and Means. We have a number of items on our joint agenda, and with the chair's indulgence, do you want to introduce members or just go straight into the decision? All right. The first item on our joint agenda is House Bill 1517, House Draft 2, Senate Draft 1, relating to coffee. This directs and appropriates funds to the Department of Budget and Finance to conduct economic impact study regarding the impact of potential changes to coffee labeling laws, and appropriates money for a pesticide subsidy program. The chairs, having confirmed, recommend that we pass this measure with amendments, deleting BNF and inserting the Department of Ag, since BNF doesn't do those kinds of studies. Require any coffee product labeling itself, as Hawaiian coffee must have 100% of the coffee derived from beans grown in Hawaii, and any coffee product with a geographic name must be made from beans of at least 51% grown from that region. The label on the product of blended Hawaiian coffee shall note for the consumer the regions in Hawaii which contributed beans to the final product, whether ground or whole. This measure is not intended to prohibit coffees from other places from being sold in Hawaii, but it is intended to project the Hawaii grown coffee brand. Any questions or comments? There is a defective date on this measure. If not, chair votes aye. The CPN.
Okay, so the recommendation for HB 1517, HB2, SD1 is passed with amendments. Chair votes aye, Vice Chair votes aye, Senator DeCoy. Excused. Senator Nishihara.
Aye.
Senator Riviere.
Aye.
Senator San Buenaventura.
Aye.
And Senator Favela.
Aye.
Recommendation is adopted.
Ways and Means same recommendation, chair votes aye.
Vice Chair votes aye. Secretary Noe.
Aye.
Senator Kanuha.
Aye.
Senator Kidani.
Aye.
Senator Morawaki.
Aye.
Senator Mabukuro.
Aye.
Senator Favela.
Aye.
And all others are excused. Recommendation is adopted.
Thank you, members. The next is House Bill 1644 relating to environmental protection. This bans the manufacture, sale, or distribution for sale or use of wraps and liners, plates, food boats, pizza boxes, and firefighting foams that contain two ingredients that have been determined to cause significant issues in the environment and in people. The effective date is effective 7/1/2100. Chair recommends we pass this amendments from Island Energy Service, PAR Hawaii, and American Chemistry Council to limit the prohibition of the use of firefighting foams for training or testing that contain intentionally added PFAS. However, to allow for the continued use of these foams in the event they are necessary for effective suppression of a petroleum fire. And we made the effective date of the ban 7/1/2024 to allow for transition. Any questions or comments? If not,
Chair,
yes.
quick comment. For training for our firefighters, it seems to me we would want to give them the most realistic training opportunities. So if the product reacts differently between training with this without using this chemical, but then in a real fire using it, I'm concerned we might not
That
be
was the
doing,
recommendation of the people that
So they-
testified on this.
so they can do it in
Yes.
training without.
Yes,
Okay,
that's
thank
my
you, Chair.
understanding. Any other questions, comments? If not, House Bill 1644, House Draft 1, passed with amendments. Chair votes aye.
Okay, noting the excusal of Senator DeCoy. Are there any objections or reservations to the chair's recommendation? Seeing none, the recommendation is adopted.
Ways and Means same recommendation.
Okay, with 8 members present, any reservation? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
The next item on our agenda is House Bill 1570, House Draft 1, Senate Draft 1, relating to youth vaping epidemic. Bans the sale of flavored tobacco products and mislabeled liquid products, establishes fines, and has an effective date. Chair recommends that we pass this measure with amendments, taking the amendment from the Department of Health, Hawaii Public Health Institute, Children's Action Network, KP Injury Prevention Coalition, Hamakua Health Center, and Hamakua Coast Cougars, which states flavored tobacco product means any tobacco product that contains a constituent that imparts a characterizing flavor. Ensure that menthol is considered a flavor because it masks smoking's harshness and makes it easier for people to get hooked. We're going to provide a clean effective date of 7/1/2022. And
We don't have to-
that's all right.
Well,
This-
we're gonna.
No, because the items that we're, the language that is being taken out is considered consumer protection. So I'm asserting that we don't have, that we do have, that I don't need fire concurrence because it's in my committee's bailiwick.
Okay, but I'll probably recommend it for today. Because I talked to the health chair, he would like to keep that language in, if it's not.
Well, then he doesn't have to, but it's now been referred to consumer protection and ways and means, and that's in this committee's purview and not his.
Okay,
And if he wants to defer it on the floor, then I just assume.
well, we're
yes,
just
and-
deferring committee then.
But this is a really important bill to deal with youth vaping. We're getting kids hooked. And
No, I don't disagree, but the subject matter chair didn't give preference to it, so we're gonna defer.
But he doesn't need to give fire concurrence because it's in my committee jurisdiction.
Well, we can defer to a later date and discuss it, but we're not gonna pass it out now.
Okay,
Chair, can I make a suggestion that we amend to do what the feds do
And
and
that's
allow
what she's
the
taking out.
PMTA?
And that's what's in there, that's what she's taking out.
Well,
So
yeah,
that's why I'm saying, we don't have proper concerns of the health chair, so we should defer to a later date.
I agree, because I
Or leave the language
prefer
in
the,
and pass it
I
out.
I prefer the other language, yeah.
The
I-
current
I-
language.
No, to leave the PMTA,
Yeah, that's what's in there now.
but she's taking it out.
Yeah.
Okay, I disagree.
okay, we'll defer it. We'll post if we come to some agreement. All the health people are all opposed to what health did, but never mind. The next item on our joint agenda is House Bill 1635, House Bill 2, Senate Draft 1, relating to healthcare. This establishes the Rural Health Task Force within the Department of Health to prepare and develop solutions and make recommendations on registered nurse recruitment and retention to the rural areas of Maui, Molokai, and Lanai. Requires the Rural Health Task Force to submit a report of its findings, recommendations of any proposed legislation to the legislature prior to the regular session of 2023. And it has an effective date. Recommendation is to pass with amendments rather than the Department of Health, have the Center for Nursing tasked with assessing the barriers to RN recruitment and retention in rural areas of Maui County, and reporting to the legislature their findings and recommendations. To inform the assessment, the center shall engage professionals at Maui College Nursing Program, as well as Maui Health Systems and Kaiser Permanente for input on this matter. The measures shall be effective upon approval with an initial report prior to the convening of the regular session of 2023 and a final report prior to the convening of 2024. There is an effective date on this measure. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, chair votes aye. Pass with amendments.
Okay, recommendation for HB 1635, HD2, SD1 is to pass with amendments. Noting the presence of the 6 members, are there any objections or reservations? Seeing none, the recommendation is adopted.
Thank you, members.
Ways and means, same recommendation.
Okay, with 8 members present, any reservation? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
House Bill 1575, House Draft 2, Senate Draft 1, relating to physician's assistants is next on the agenda. It expands the scope of practice for physician assistants, requires a sampling of medical records that include certain amounts of controlled substance prescriptions, rather than all medical records to be reviewed when physician's assistants prescribe controlled substances. Chair recommends that we pass this measure with an effective date of 7/1/2022. Questions or comments? If not, for the Committee on CPN, chair votes aye.
Recommendation for HB 1575, HD2, SD1 is to pass with amendments of the members present. Are there any objections or reservations? Seeing none, the recommendation is adopted.
Ways and means, same recommendation.
Okay, with 8 members present, any reservation? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Next item on our joint agenda is House Bill 1619, House Draft 2, Senate Draft 1, relating to peer-to-peer car sharing insurance requirements. It establishes insurance requirements and has an effective date. Chair recommends that we pass this measure with tech amendments and making it effective upon approval. Questions or comments? Not sure what's on.
So recommendation for HB 1619 HD2 SD1 is to pass with amendments. Of the members present, are there any objections or reservations? Seeing none, the recommendation is adopted.
Thank you.
Ways and Means and Recommendation.
Okay, with 8 members present, any reservation? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
The next item on our agenda is House Bill 1681, House Draft 2, Senate Draft 1, relating to TNCs, Transportation Network Companies, establishing requirements and permitting procedures for TNCs operating in the state, makes permanent insurance requirements for TNCs and their drivers. It has an effective date of 1/1/2023. Chair recommends we pass this measure unamended. Any questions or comments? Not Chair votes on.
Okay, for HB 1681 HD2 SD1, the recommendation is to pass unamended. Of the members present, are there any objections or reservations? Seeing none, the recommendation is adopted.
Ways and Means and Recommendation.
Okay, with 8 members present, any reservation? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
The next item is House Bill 1980 relating to telephonic services. Requires Medicaid health insurers and mutual benefit societies and health maintenance organizations to cover service providers through telehealth by way of interactive telecommunication systems. Defines telecommunication systems to match the 2022 Medicare physician fee schedule final rule as an effective date. Chair recommends we pass this with technical amendments from SMA and an effective date of 7/1/2022 and repealed on 7/1/2027 to review the implementation of this measure and enter any intervening changes in federal law. Note in the committee report that Medicare and Medicaid pay equally for telephonic and telehealth services, recognize the importance of telephonic services to the community, and I would add especially in rural areas. So the recommendation is to pass with an SD1, technical and non-substantive amendments for purposes of clarity and consistency. And we'll put in the committee report that these services are paid for, telephonic services are paid for equally by Medicare and Medicaid.
It's an SB2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Recommend pass with amendments. That would make it an SD2, is that not correct?
That's right. You had said you were going to pass it with SB1.
Okay. No, but it already has amendments in it, so yeah, it's got to be an SD. Thank you. Questions or comments? Pass with amendments, Chair votes aye.
Okay, for HB 1980 HD2 SD1, the recommendation is to pass with amendments. Of the members present for CPN, are there any objections or reservations? Seeing none, the recommendation is adopted.
Ways and Means and Recommendation.
Okay, with 8 members present, any reservation? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted. Thank you.
Chair, that brings us to the end of our joint agenda. Yes, sir.
Okay, calling the 10:30 a.m. decision making, Ways and Means decision making to order. Okay, first item, House Bill 1705. Recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopt LRB tech amendments, and effective date to upon approval. Any discussion? Not sure what's that.
Vice Chair votes aye. Senator Noe.
Aye.
Senator Kanuha.
Aye.
Senator Kidani.
Aye.
Senator Mariwaki.
Aye.
Senator Bokuro.
Aye.
Senator Taniguchi,
Aye.
Senator Favela. And the other two are excused. Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 1801, recommendation is to pass as is. Any discussion? Not chair votes aye.
Okay, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 1806. Recommendation is to pass as is. Any discussion? Not chair votes aye.
Okay, with 9 members present, any reservations?
Resolution.
Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Next item, we're gonna defer this item till next Tuesday, April 5th, 10:30 a.m. in this room. Next item, House Bill 1953. Recommendation is to pass an amendments effecting the date upon approval. Any discussion? If not, chair votes aye.
Okay, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 2088. Recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopt LRB Tech amendments, and effect the date upon approval. Any discussion? Not chair votes
Okay,
aye.
with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 2119. Recommendation is to pass with amendments. I will adopt LRB Tech amendments and amend to revert the HD1 version of this measure to address the concerns highlighted by Haima. Any discussion? Not chair votes aye.
Okay, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 2218. Recommendation is to pass with amendments effecting the date upon approval. Any discussion?
Yes, Chair. Who's Frank Okimoto?
He was the chief engineer for the railroad.
And they built it. Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion? If not, chair votes aye.
Okay, with 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Next item, House Bill 2240. Recommendation is to adopt LRB Tech amendments. And per BNF's testimony, amend to require the contribution amount to be greater of the existing method of calculation or the calculation defined under this measure. And effective date upon approval. Any discussion? Not chair votes aye.
Okay, with 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Next item, House Bill 2255. Recommendation is to pass as is. Any discussion? Not chair votes aye.
Okay, with 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 2332. Recommendation is to pass with amendments. I will take from Department of Ag's testimony to limit the application of the proposed exemption to easements for a public purpose on public or other government-owned lands. And also will remove the word undeveloped on page 3, line 4, and will effect the date upon approval. Any discussion? Not chair votes aye.
Okay, with 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 2471. Recommendation is to pass as is. Any discussion?
Oh,
Not chair
Is
votes aye.
it, is it still defective date?
Yes.
Okay.
Any discussion? Not chair votes aye.
Okay, with 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 2491. Recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopt LRB Tech amendments. Any discussion? I share both sides.
Okay, with 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Adjourn.